Hi, today we're going to take a look at solving some inequalities and graphing their answers. Hopefully before you do this, you've spent some time solving multi-step equations. We're working these out with one variable. Now the nice thing about the inequalities is a lot of the steps we do here are similar to the steps you should have used when you were solving multi-step equations. If we look at this first example, number one, first thing we're going to want to do is combine any like terms on the same side. So if we look at this, we got the minus 8 and the minus 5 on the left side. So if we combine those together, we're going to have 8n minus 13 will be less than or equal to 19. Next, when we normally solve equations, we will add the 13 to both sides. That will stay the same. So we'll add 13 to both sides. Let me do the math here. 19 plus 13 should give us 32. Next, we will take a second and we will divide by the 8, the coefficient. And we should be ending up with n is less than or equal to 4. Now, as far as graphing goes, here's a quick reminder, or information if you've not done this. If you have an n is less than, or an n is greater than, we're going to have an open circle. If we have n is greater than or equal to, or n is less than or equal to, we're going to use a closed circle. So the difference being whether the equation has an equal sign or not, and the closed circle indicates that because of the equal sign that we're going to include that number as part of the answer. So for the one we're doing, we'll take a look. We've got the equal to sign, and n is less than or equal to 4, so we're going to use a closed circle on the number line for 4. Next, if we have n is less than or n is less than or equal to, we're going to shade to the left because we're going to want the numbers smaller than our answer. If it's an n is greater than or n is greater than or equal to, we're going to want to shade to the right because we're going to want the answers that are larger than the given number. So for the one we're currently doing, it's a less than or equal to, so we want to shade to the left. All the numbers that were going to be equal to 4 or smaller than 4 for this one. Moving on to problem number 2. Once again, similar to what we do when we solve multi-step equations, we want to add like terms. So on the right side we have that 8p and the 4p. So if we add those together, we should get 12p. Next, we would divide by the 12. (24) divided by 12 will give us 2. So we have 2 is greater than or equal to p. Now for some people who need the help, I recommend rewriting this out with the variable on the left. So, I would rewrite it out with the p. Notice the inequality is pointing at the p, so I want to keep that the same. So it's actually going to switch directions and then use the 2. As far as graphing the answer goes, we have the equal to part again, so it's going to be a closed circle on the 2. And with the less than, we know that we're going to be shading to the left again. At this point, I want to jump to problem number 4. This one can be solved a couple different ways, and will let us take a look at a special property here. Since it's going to take a little work, I'm going to rewrite it first. Now, if you remember from solving multi-step equations, we want to get the variables on one side, constants on the other. I'm going to start by moving the 3x over to keep my coefficient positive on the variable. Five x minus 3x will be 2x. Next, we know we would add the 1. Divided by the 2. We'd end up with 8 is greater than x. Or once again, if we want to write it out the other way, we start with the x, switch the direction so it's still pointing at the x. X is less than 8. This time, no equal to sign. So we would do an open circle on the 8, and we would shade to the left. Now, like I said, there were a couple different ways to do this. Let's look at another way. Once again, let's rewrite this out so we got some space to work with. Now, instead of having subtracted the 3x over, let's say we wanted to move the 5x over. So we like having that variable on the left side of the equation. The 3x minus 5x would give us a negative 2x. Next, we would subtract the 15. So we get negative 2x is greater than negative 16. Next, we divide by the negative 2. Now, don't know if you know or not, but this is a special case with inequalities. Whenever we divide or multiply by a negative number, see how we're dividing by the negative 2 here, the direction of the inequality is going to have to switch. So we would have the x after we divide. Like I said, the direction of the inequality must switch. And the negative 16 divided by the negative 2 would give us the 8. Notice, that ends up looking the same as we did the other way because we have switched the direction of the inequality. That's the way we were able to get away with dividing by a negative number. Once again, as far as graphing goes, open circle on the 8, and we shade to the left. I hope this has helped a little bit. We'll look at some more here in a couple minutes.